Hey guys and gals, welcome back to episode 3. During this episode, I'd like to talk about some nightmares that I've had post-military, while I was in the military. Traditionally, while I was in the military, the nightmares were far and few fetched, meaning I had very little of them, but they were very vivid. I guess it's, due to the constant stress or the constant on the go, not enough time to think. But nightmares are real. We call them night terrors, nightmares, dreams, whatever verbiage you would like to use. But for me, they were real in a sense that I would wake up punching, sweating, or I couldn't just go back to sleep. Usually nightmares coincide with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. The VA kind of categorized them as sleep disorders, but my nightmares were so real that they would keep me up at night, or they would just keep me up altogether. As I talked earlier in earlier episodes about losing Marines, losing friends in combat situations, I would have dreams of interacting with those guys and gals like it was real. I'm not going to say that they were trying to send me messages, but as if, I was actually living those dreams. And I would wake up in cold sweats. My heartbeat would probably be about 190. And I would just think about those dreams every day. Actually, during that day and thereafter. I've had a couple of episodes where I lost my brother, which is technically a friend that I had since I was 2, very young. And that put a lot of stress on me when I was probably about 25, 26 years old. But then I had a chance to deploy to combat zones, and I lost more brothers and sisters, and that would add further stresses. Then my nightmare started getting more intense. I remember one episode of a Marine that I met in Iraq who was killed. We were sitting there drinking beers like good old times, and when we went on our our 6-day vacation while we were over there, since we were over there more than 6 months, they would give us like these tall beers that were 25%. You were limited to 2. We went to Qatar, and I would have those dreams of like I was living it all over again. Like I was happy, had a smile on my face. We were just BSing. Then I would wake up, cold sweat, heartbeat, and I would just be depressed for the day. Then I would have my weird dreams of, as I stated in episode 2, of these 3 kids with black eyes. I don't know if it was my brain, telling me that I had something to do with it, which I didn't. But these kids would always just sit there and stare at me, and it's as vivid as it is now. Their eyes were just pitch black. I've tried to do research on these dreams, couldn't find anything. I finally reached out to this group. I think it was a paranormal group, but a lot of good information came from there. And I met this guy who was talking about TBI, traumatic brain injury. That episodes of seizures were considered, to onset some nightmares. I don't have the term on it, but I read some papers on it, and it was very interesting. But anyways, back to the nightmares. We all, as veterans, have our nightmares, of war, of peacetime, and just of life. And I went to my VA psychiatrist, and she prescribed me a medication. It was, I guess, some type of low-level blood pressure pill that was supposed to eliminate these. And don't get me wrong, it worked. But it always made me feel lightheaded. And so I stopped taking them, and the nightmares came back. I always have nightmares when I hear close family members dying. I remember one night I was laying in bed, and I woke up, and there was this hovering mass reaching out to me. It scared the crap out of me. I didn't know what to think about it, and I knew I was awake. But then that same day, my stepmother reached out to me and informed me that my uncle passed away. And I don't know if those two things coincide with each other. But it made me think to the day that, you know, maybe there's something linked in life that causes these nightmares. And, you know, and I can only contribute it to PTSD. It's, you know, when I went to the VA, they said, hey, this is a normal occurrence with combat vets. I'm like, well, if it's a normal occurrence, you know, what is the VA doing about it, rather than just prescribing us medication and just calling it a day? So if you're having these nightmares, just believe me that you're not alone. We all have them. And I'm not going to say they're going to go away. I'm not going to say get used to them. I've just learned to listen and watch and just annotate or document my dreams in a sleep journal. I posted a part of a sleep journal in episode 2 under sleep. And if you read it, it's like a horror story. But, you know, nightmares, a lot of veterans, you know, commit suicide based off of, you know, not being able to sleep, having these vivid nightmares. You know, it's almost a sense of, you know, you're dreaming about combat buddies, you're dreaming about your brothers and sisters in a combat zone, and, you know, your only thought process is, I miss them so much, you know, might as well end my life. I'm going to tell you that's not the answer. The answer is try to understand what you're dreaming about, you know, document it like I stated, and just read through it. I guess reading through what you've dreamed about and written about kind of will help you understand, you know, what are you dreaming, all right? I guess more or less what you're dreaming and how to understand it a little more better. I still to this day have nightmares, night terrors. I did have one recently where I woke up and I was dreaming about something that I was watching on TV. I fell asleep with the TV on, and it happened to be a paranormal investigation show. And I woke up coughing and I couldn't breathe, and I had my hands around my throat, and I would say I probably had like night paralysis. But to this day, you know, I can't contribute it to anything paranormal. I contribute it to PTSD. Your mind, when you go to sleep, is its way of, I guess, relieving stress. And I guess my stress was that I didn't want to be alive anymore. And I guess subconsciously I was trying to fulfill that, I guess, my dream. But I would like to hear in the comments some of, you know, some of your dreams, some of your nightmares. Maybe we can collaborate on future episodes and talk about them. And I'm not going to say that they'll go away. I'm going to say this is a common occurrence, and I think more studies need to be done about it, and able to help the veteran community, because I think reliving, you know, past occurrences is what really weighs heavy on us veterans. You know, what could have we done better? If I'd have done this a little faster, would Bob still be alive, or would John still be alive? But it's just something that we have to understand, seek help, talk to people. That's why I do these videos. I think talking about them kind of helps me understand my own personal demons, coping with PTSD, anxiety, sleep deprivation. So I hope you find this video helpful. Again, if you like these videos, just give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more videos, and I hope to see you in episode 4. Thanks.